Hi everyone, my name is Martina. I've been to Japan 5 times and I lived there for half a year. So here I want to share my knowledge so that you have the perfect Japan trip. And today I want to talk about day trips from Tokyo because sometimes Tokyo can be very crowded, very full, and it's just nice to go outside to just deal with less tourists and have a good time there. And honestly, there are so many cool day trips from Tokyo. So today I want to introduce 5 of them. And if you like this video, I can do a second part because honestly there are so many spots. I'm gonna compare the duration, how much it costs to get there, and also let you know what kind of attractions you can visit and what's like special about this place. And I hope you're gonna find a really good spot that you're gonna like. I'm also gonna add the cards up here when there is a spot that I already did a video about, so feel free to check it out. Let's start. The first spot, and you see me talking a lot about this place, is Yokohama. Yokohama feels like Tokyo's little sister because I feel like it's so cool. It's a very beautiful and modern coastal town. To get to Yokohama you need like around 50 minutes from Tokyo and you pay around 2 to 5 euro one way, so that's pretty okay, I would say, right? When you arrive there are so many stores. There's a Pokemon center, there are secondhand stores for plushies, for anime figures, for clothing, so many things. They also have a lot of events. Like years ago I went to the Go Fest there. They had a Digimon exhibition and there's just like, if you go there, check out if they have any special events. But it's just such a beautiful city. One time I went there and I just had the best time and I just fell in love with the city. It's just not as full and crowded as Tokyo. So if you want to do some shopping, you can go there. They have beautiful parks. They have 3 parks that you can visit. They have really cool attractions. For example, the ramen museum, which is like a whole little city and a museum where you can just eat ramen. Like, ooh, it's better than that, right? And they also have the cup noodle museum that I showed in my recent video, where you can do your own ramen noodles, which is so cool. And also like you can do your own cup noodles with your own flavors. There's just so many attractions that you can go for. Then they have the biggest Chinatown in Japan, which is really cool. It's such a big area with so many restaurants. You can get dumplings, you can get duck, you can get buns. Like they have everything there. I just love the Chinatown of Yokohama. It's my favorite Chinatown that I've been to. They also have a little American district with a lot of cafes, a lot of little stores, secondhand stores that I really enjoyed. I don't know, I feel like going to Yokohama is always such a fun experience, and even though I've been there quite a few times, I would go there again because there are still things that I would like to do and I would like to see. Feel also free to check out my video about it. Many people miss or skip Yokohama on their first trip, which I totally get, but if it's your second trip, make sure to visit it. So yeah, don't sleep on Yokohama. The next spot I want to talk about is Kamakura, which is around 1 hour and a little bit more from Tokyo, and you pay 5 to 7 euro one way. So that's pretty okay again, I would say. You can either do this as a one-day trip or as a half-day trip and combine it with the next destination that I'm gonna talk about. But in itself, Kamakura is another very beautiful coastal city. It gives me a lot of like surfer vibes, and they have this beautiful little shopping street with amazing little stores, super cute cafes. Honestly, I could go there like so many times and still find new spots and new cafes. And then at the end of the street there is a beautiful place called Tsurugaoka Hajimangu. I hope I pronounced it right. And it's just a very beautiful religious site with a little pond. I think around cherry blossom season it's also very beautiful because there are cherry blossom trees. You can just go there and experience it. It's so serene, it's so peaceful. And then grab some food, go to a restaurant. And also, oh my god everyone, there's a bamboo forest called Hokukuji and it is so nice. So if you've been to Arashiyama, you can compare it to it, but I have to say I liked it more than Arashiyama because it felt smaller, it felt cuter. You could drink your matcha. It was combined with a little shrine. I had such a good time there. I took so many nice pictures and I really loved this place. It's just so cozy. It wasn't very crowded back then in 2018. I don't know if that changed. I feel like it should not be too crowded as you have to walk there or take a bus, so it's not like right in the city center. So hopefully it's not too full nowadays. place. And then there is also another beautiful temple that is very, very well known, which is called Kotokuin. And I am pretty sure you heard of it because there's a giant Buddha. And I went there last time, like in February, for the first time that I've ever been there. It was so cool because you can enter this Buddha for, I think, like 50 yen or something. So that's not a lot. I think that's the only Buddha that you can enter, but it's a very unique experience. So of course I did it, even though it's maybe a little bit underwhelming, but it's very cool in there. So that's nice. I thought I would do it. Why not? It's not very expensive, right? There's an even more beautiful spot called Hasedera, which is also in this area. And I thought that was the Buddha place. And I walked there accidentally just to meet another favorite place that I found in Japan, because this place is just so dreamy, so beautiful. The plum trees were already blooming there when I went there. I heard it's very, very crowded in June, so you might have to consider if you want to go there, but it's on my bucket list now to go there in June, in rainy season, because it's just so beautiful. There's also like a viewing spot where you can look all over Kamakura. I felt like I could stay hours at this spot, and it was funny because that wasn't planned at all. I just arrived there, was like, oh my god, this place is so pretty. I'm gonna stay here. They also have a little cave where you can just like enter and crawl through it. It's a bit small and I don't know, very narrow. So if you don't like that, just don't do it. It was such a fun place. I loved it so much. You can honestly spend the whole day here. Kamakura is such a nice place. I also looked for a restaurant right at the beach, so I could enjoy, like, you know, being close to the beach, because usually I live in Germany, so in my area there is no beach or anything, and it was so nice. Now let's go to our next destination, which is actually right next to Kamakura. And when we went to Kamakura for the first time, we did both of those areas in one day. But as I said, I feel like you can also use a whole day just for Kamakura because there's so much to see. And you can go to Enoshima after that, which is such a nice place. You arrive there, again, it's a little coastal area, and Enoshima is around 1 hour and 14 minutes away from Tokyo, and you pay around 7 to 10 euro one way. You walk over a super long bridge, and then you reach Enoshima. Sometimes when you're lucky and it's not a clouded day, you can even see Mount Fuji from there, which is so cool. And they have a little shopping street there as well. A lot of like little stores, food stalls. Don't miss out on the rice crackers with octopus. I had them last time. They were so delicious. They're so unique because I kind of think you only get them there, or like this place is very famous for them, and they are very good, so don't miss out on them. When you cross that beautiful shopping street and you had your rice cracker, you arrive at a very like natural kind of area. There are a few shrines that you can visit. Then there's like an alley where you can visit some caves. I'm a bit sad because both times that I went there, the caves were already closed, so I missed them. It's still worth it to come there because there's like a lot of cliffs. Like, it looks so beautiful, and I've been there like at sunset and I felt like I was in a movie. Then when you're there during winter, they have an illumination event, which is amazing. It's close to the Sea Needle, which is a viewing platform on Enoshima, which is very shaky. I only went up there one time, and because it was so windy, it was shaking, so I didn't do it this time. The illumination event was so beautiful. It was so dreamy. I was like, oh my god, I feel like I'm in a fairy world or something. So if you're there during winter, don't miss out on this spot. It was honestly breathtaking. I had one of the most beautiful days that I ever had in Japan. You had to pay an entrance fee that was around like 3 or 5 euro. I was like, what the hell? In Germany, you could not do that. It would never be that cheap, you know? You can also pay for an extra fee, and then you can use the escalators there. So if you don't want to walk up all of the stairs, which honestly, I would say it's not too stressful, and I'm a lazy person, like the stairs are not that bad, especially because you take breaks in between to just like look at everything, look at the scenery. And I would say you don't really need the extra ticket, but if you are lazy or if you're not feeling good on that day or whatever, you can just take them. I feel like that's such a nice option as well to make it more accessible. Yeah, don't miss out on it either. I feel like more people talk about Kamakura, but I don't see that many people talk about Enoshima. Enoshima is so worth it, honestly. Then the next place, I don't really hear anyone talk about it, and I'm like, why? It is Narita, and I know many of you know Narita because of the airport, and it's around 1 hour 40 or even a little bit longer from Tokyo. Depends on which connection you take. It costs around 30 euro one way, and there are also like more expensive choices to get there, of course, and faster options. Narita is not that close, I would say, but it's still nice as a day trip, especially if you just arrived at the airport or if you're flying back. I did it this time. I went to Narita a day before my flight, so I didn't have the stress on the actual day of my flight. And I was like, hey, why not? I heard Narita is very beautiful, so why not explore the city and then on the next day just take my flight home? And it was very, very worth it because Narita just again has a very, like, I feel like all of the beautiful cities have a little shopping street, but it has a very historical kind of shopping street that leads you right to the temple there, which is so beautiful. They have a little pagoda, they have little forest with a pond, with plum trees, with cherry blossom trees. It was so dreamy. I went there during sunset. There were so many cats. I felt like, again, I was like in a Ghibli movie. It was the cats, they were like looking what you were doing and where you were going. It was so dreamy. I didn't even know that. I didn't know there was a whole like pond area with beautiful trees, like a whole park. I went there, was like, what? This is so amazing. This is such a nice spot. I'm just a bit sad because I went there quite late, so a lot of stores were already closed. The temple was very empty, which was a good thing, but I also had to rush because I didn't want to be there in the dark, so maybe arrive a little bit earlier. I also went to Aeon Mall, which you can walk, like it's quite a walk there. You can also take the bus, but I decided to go to the temple first and then walk from the temple to the mall. And I feel like the mall is perfect for some last minute souvenir and gift shopping, and then take the bus back to the city center and to your hotel. So it's honestly a very, very cool little day trip if you are in the area, or even if you just go there because you're just interested in it, that's totally fine as well. But I feel like it's better to just combine it with your return flight, or if you just arrived. But yeah, I honestly don't hear a lot of people talk about Narita, and I'm a bit sad because I really like this place. It was so, so beautiful. And the last spot is Kawaguchiko. I also have another video just about this place where I share all of the things that I found out because a few things didn't go well when we arrived there. We arrived very late and we took the bus and everything, but just watch the video so you will know more about it. Kawaguchiko is not that close to Tokyo, so you need around 2 hours to reach it, and it costs around 20 euro one way, which is not super cheap, right? But it is worth it, I would say. You can maybe also combine it with just staying a night there, so you can also go to Hakone or other places close to Mount Fuji, which are also very worth it. Just make sure to check the weather forecast so you don't get there and see Mount Fuji covered in clouds, because that can happen. Fuji can be very shy. There is also a lot of stuff that you can do. So again, I think it's worth it to just sleep a night there or to arrive very, very early. For example, there is a lot of like attractions just around the lake. For example, there is a Momoji hallway that is illuminated in fall, you know, when all of the leaves are red. We went to Oishi Park. Oishi Park is, as the name says, a park, but every season they have other flowers blooming there. So it makes sense to also check that out and see what kind of flowers are there on the day that you're there. And there's also like this perfect view on Mount Fuji from everywhere. There's also like a cable car, a viewing platform. There's a lot you can do. Also like the famous Lawson that got blocked off, but I think it's accessible again, so go for it. There's also a second Lawson. Look, you can walk there, but it's very close with the car, where you can also take pictures. That is not as hyped. And if you have a car, you can also visit a traditional Japanese village that has been like kind of rebuilt with those like traditional buildings. It looks very nice, and you can see Fuji from there as well. It's called Saiko Iyashi no Sato, and I think you can also reach it with a bus, but a car is just more convenient, and it's a very, very cool spot. Of course, when you're there, you have to visit Arakuyama Sengen Park. That's just the most famous spot for Mount Fuji, I would say, with the pagoda and the cherry blossom trees. It is such a beautiful and dreamy spot, but make sure to arrive there early in the morning or around sunset. We've been there around sunset and it wasn't really crowded. We could take pictures, we could just enjoy Mount Fuji. It was perfect around sunset, but I think when you go there around cherry blossom time, it's always very crowded, like no matter what time you arrive there. That's it about Kawaguchiko, which is a very, very beautiful spot as well. Again, watch my video if you want to know more. That's also basically all of the places that I wanted to introduce you to in this video. If you liked it, feel free to let me know if you want a second part, because there are so many amazing day trips that you can do from Tokyo. Or you can also check out my other videos where I show you some of them. Thank you so much much for watching. I would love to hear which spot you would like to visit or which spot you already visited. And also, of course, feel free to subscribe, to like, to whatever. I really appreciate it. And see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye bye.